Hello viewers, welcome to my channel Maths with the VTC. Today we are going to see exercise number 3.1, which is in the chapter the pair of linear equations in two variables. Let us see the first problem. Form the pair of linear equations in the following problems and find their solutions graphically. The first problem is 10 students of class 10 took part in a mathematics quiz. If the number of girls is 4 more than the number of boys, find the number of boys and girls who took part in the quiz. Let us see the solution. Let x be the number of girls and y be the number of boys participated in the quiz, because they are the things to be found. So we assume x be the number of girls and y be the number of boys. Now we form the equations. Obviously, x plus y equal to 10 because the total number of students is equal to 10. Therefore, x plus y is equal to 10. And the number of girls is 4 more than the boys. But we have taken x be the number of girls. Therefore, x is equal to 4 plus y. Or you can write x minus y is equal to 4. Therefore, we have two equations, a pair of linear equations in the variables x and y. Now, to draw the straight line x plus y equal to 10, we have to find minimum 2 points on the line. So x, y equal to 10 minus x. So when x is equal to 3, you get y as 7, and when x is equal to 5, y is also equal to 5. Now you look at the second equation, x minus y equal to 4. So y equal to x minus 4. So when x is equal to 3, y equal to minus 1. When x is equal to 5, y equal to 1. Using these points, we can draw the pair of lines. Now, look at the diagram. So, I have drawn the two straight lines in the Cartesian plane. Obviously, they intersect at the point 7, 3, which means that point lies on the both line. Therefore, that is the solution of this pair of linear equations. So, 7 is the number of girls and 3 is the number of boys participated in the quiz. I hope it is clear. Now we look at the second problem. 5 pencils and 7 pens together cost rupees 50, whereas 7 pencils and 5 pens together cost rupees 46. Find the cost of one pencil and that of one pen. So we have to find the cost of pencil and pen. So we assume x is the cost of pencil and y is the cost of pen. So x is the cost of pencil and y is the cost of a pen. Therefore, we are given 5x plus 7y is equal to 50 and 7x plus 5y is equal to 46. So we get two equations and we have to draw the corresponding straight lines. So when x is equal to 3, y is equal to 50 minus 5x by 7. Therefore, y equal to 5. Similarly, when x is equal to 10, y is equal to 0. Now look at the second line, 7x plus 5y is equal to 46. Therefore, y is equal to 46 minus 7x divided by 5. I put x is equal to 0, I get y as 9.2. And when x is equal to 3, y is equal to 5. Now, I draw the graph. Obviously, they intersect at the point 3, 5. You have to draw the graph exactly. Then only you can find the point of intersection exactly. Okay. So that is very, very important. So here 3, 5 is the point of intersection. Therefore, we conclude that rupees 3 is the cost of a pencil and rupees 5 is the cost of a pen. Now, second problem. On comparing the ratios A1 by A2, B1 by B2 and C1 by C2, find out whether the lines representing the following pairs of linear equations intersect at a point, are parallel or coincident. So the first problem is 5x minus 4y plus 8 equal to 0, 7x plus 6y minus 9 equal to 0. So we are given A1 is equal to 5, B1 is equal to minus 4, C1 is equal to 8. And A2 is equal to 7, B2 equal to 6, C2 is equal to minus 9. So we form all the three ratios. A1 by A2 is equal to 5 by 7 and B1 by B2 is equal to minus 4 by 6. But A1 by A2 not equal to B1 by B2. Therefore, we need not compare C1 by C2 because whatever C1 by C2 is, when A1 by A2 not equal to B1 by B2, immediately you can say the lines intersect at a point. We need not bother about the ratio C1 by C2. Next, second problem, 9x plus 3y plus 12 is equal to 0. 18x plus 6y plus 24 is equal to 0. Now I form all the ratios. A1 is equal to 9, B1 equal to 3, C1 is equal to 12, and A2 equal to 18, B2 equal to 6, C2 is equal to 24. You form all the ratios. A1 by A2, which is equal to 9 by 18, when you reduce, it becomes 3 by 6. B1 by B2 is also 3 by 6, and C1 by C2 is equal to 12 by 24. When you reduce, it also becomes 3 by 6. Therefore, we get A1 by A2 is equal to B1 by B2 is equal to C1 by C2. That means the two lines are coincident. One line completely lies on the another line. Now you look at the third problem. 6x minus 3y plus 10 is equal to 0. 2x minus y plus 9 is equal to 0. So A1 equal to 6, B1 equal to minus 3, C1 is equal to 10. A2 equal to 2, B2 equal to minus 1, and C2 equal to 9. You form all the ratios. So we get A1 by A2 is equal to B1 by B2, but not equal to C1 by C2. That means what? They are parallel lines. Now look at the third problem. On comparing the ratios A1 by A2, B1 by B2, and C1 by C2, find out whether the following pair of linear equations are consistent or inconsistent. The first question is 3x plus 2y is equal to 5 and 2x minus 3y is equal to 7. Let us rewrite the equation as 3x plus 2y minus 5 is equal to 0 and 2x minus 3y minus 7 is equal to 0. Therefore, A1 is equal to 3, B1 equal to 2, C1 is equal to minus 5, and A2 equal to 2, B2 equal to minus 3, C2 is equal to minus 7. Let us form the ratios. A1 by A2 equal to 3 by 2, B1 by B2 is equal to minus 2 by 3, and C1 by C2 is equal to minus 5 divided by minus 7. So what we get? A1 by A2 not equal to B1 by B2. When A1 by A2 not equal to B1 by B2, we need not bother about the C1 by C2. Immediately we can say that the lines intersect and they are consistent because they have unique solution. Second problem, 2x minus 3y is equal to 8. 4x minus 6y is equal to 9. Let us rewrite the equation as 2x minus 3y minus 8 is equal to 0. 4x minus 6y minus 9 is equal to 0. Therefore, A1 is equal to 2, B1 equal to minus 3, C1 is equal to minus 8, and A2 equal to 4, B2 equal to minus 6, C2 is equal to minus 9. Let us form the ratios. A1 by A2, which is equal to 2 by 4, which is also equal to 1 by 2. B1 by B2 equal to minus 3 by minus 6, which is equal to 1 by 2. And C1 by C2, which is equal to minus 8 divided by minus 9. Therefore, we get A1 by A2 equal to B1 by B2, but they are not equal to C1 by C2. Therefore, what we conclude is the given lines are parallel and they are inconsistent. They have no solution at all. Next problem. 3 by 2x plus 5 by 3y equal to 7 and 9x minus 10y equal to 14. So what I am going to do is I want to avoid the fractions in the coefficients. In the denominator you have 2 and 3. In order to eliminate the denominator, the least common multiple is 6. Therefore, both sides I multiply the first equation by 6 to get 9x plus 10y minus 42 is equal to 0. And second equation is 9x minus 10y minus 14 is equal to 0. So in order to avoid these fractions, I multiplied the first equation both sides by 6. So that the first equation becomes 9x plus 10y minus 42 equal to 0. Simply I have rewritten the second equation as 9x minus 10y minus 14 is equal to 0. Now A1 is equal to 9, B1 is equal to 10, C1 is equal to minus 42, and A2 is equal to 9, B2 equal to minus 10, C2 equal to minus 14. Therefore, A1 by A2 is equal to 9 by 9, which is equal to 1. A2 by B2, which is equal to 10 by minus 10, which is equal to minus 1. Therefore, we get A1 by A2 not equal to B1 by B2. Therefore, we say that the lines intersect and they are consistent. They have a unique solution. Okay. Now, fourth problem. 5x minus 3y is equal to 11. Minus 10x plus 6y is equal to minus 22. Let us rewrite the equation as 5x minus 3y minus 11 is equal to 0. 10x minus 6y minus 22 is equal to 0. Therefore, A1 is equal to 5, B1 is equal to minus 3, C1 is equal to minus 11, and A2 equal to 10, B2 is equal to minus 6, C2 is equal to minus 22. Let us form the ratios. A1 by A2 is equal to 1 by 2, B1 by B2 is also 1 by 2, C1 by C2 that is also 1 by 2. Therefore, we get A1 by A2 equal to B1 by B2 equal to C1 by C2. Therefore, the lines coincident and they are consistent. They have infinitely many solutions. Now let us consider the fifth problem. 4 by 3x plus 2y is equal to 8. 2x plus 3y is equal to 12. Again, in this problem, a fraction is present. So, to avoid that, I multiply both sides of the first equation by 3 to get 4x plus 6y equal to 24, or 4x plus 6y minus 24 equal to 0. Second equation is 2x plus 3y minus 12 is equal to 0. So A1 is equal to 4, B1 is equal to 6, C1 is equal to minus 24, and A2 is equal to 2, B2 is equal to 3, C2 is equal to minus 12. When you form the ratios, you find that A1 by A2 is equal to 2, B1 by B2 equal to 2, C1 by C2 is also equal to 2. Therefore, we get A1 by A2 equal to B1 by B2 is equal to C1 by C2. Therefore, the given lines coincident and they are consistent. They have infinitely many solutions. Next, fourth problem. Which of the following pairs of linear equations are consistent or inconsistent? If consistent, obtain the solution graphically. So, the first problem is x plus y is equal to 5, 2x plus 2y is equal to 10. So, the given equation can be written as x plus y minus 5 is equal to 0, 2x plus 2y minus 10 is equal to 0. Therefore, A1 is equal to 1, B1 is equal to 1, C1 is equal to minus 5, and A2 is equal to 2, B2 equal to 2, C2 is equal to minus 10. Therefore, A1 by A2 is equal to 1 by 2, B1 by B2 is also 1 by 2, and C1 by C2 is equal to minus 5 by minus 10, which is also equal to 1 by 2. Therefore, we get all the ratios are equal, and we conclude that the given lines coincident and they are consistent. They have infinitely many solutions. Let us find the solution graphically. Let us find few points on the lines. So, in the first line, y is equal to 5 minus x. So, when x is equal to 0, y is equal to 5. When x is equal to 5, y is equal to 0. In the second line, y is equal to 10 minus 2x divided by 2. So, when x is equal to 0, y equal to 5. When x is equal to 5, y is equal to 0. Therefore, we get the same line. So, both the equations represent the same line. Therefore, all the points on the line are solutions of this pair of equations. So, if we take x is equal to 1, then y is equal to 4. Therefore, that is a solution. So, in general, if we take x is equal to k, y is equal to 5 minus k, where k is any real number. So, this is the general solution. Now, let us move on to the second problem. X minus y is equal to 8. 3x minus 3y is equal to 16. Solution. The given equation can be written as x minus y minus 8 is equal to 0. 3x minus 3y minus 16 is equal to 0. Therefore, A1 is equal to 1, B1 is equal to minus 1, C1 is equal to minus 8, and A2 is equal to 3, B2 is equal to minus 3, C3 is equal to minus 16. When you find the ratios, A1 by A2 is equal to 1 by 3, B1 by B2 is also 1 by 3, and C1 by C2, which is equal to 1 by 2. Therefore, we get A1 by A2 equal to B1 by B2, but they are not equal to C1 by C2. Therefore, we conclude that the lines are parallel and they are inconsistent. Therefore, the given equation has no solution. Next, 2x plus y minus 6 is equal to 0. 4x minus 2y minus 4 is equal to 0. So, we are given A1 is equal to 2, B1 is equal to 1, C1 is equal to minus 6, and A2 is equal to 4, B2 equal to minus 2, C2 equal to minus 4. When you form the ratios A1 by A2 equal to 1 by 2, when you form the ratios A1 by A2 equal to 1 by 2, but B1 by B2 is equal to minus 1 by 2. Therefore, we get A1 by A2 not equal to B1 by B2. So, what we conclude? The given lines intersect and they are consistent. They have a unique solution. Let us solve them graphically. So, first, find 2 points on the first equation. When x is equal to 0, y is equal to 6. When x is equal to 3, y is equal to 0. In the second equation, y is equal to 4x minus 4 by 2. Therefore, when x is equal to 0, y equal to minus 2, and when x is equal to 1, y equal to 0. You plot these points on the xy plane and draw the lines. You can see that the lines intersect at the point 2, 2. Therefore, x is equal to 2, y is equal to 2 is the solution of the given pair of equations. Look at this fourth problem. 2x minus 2y minus 2 is equal to 0. 4x minus 4y minus 5 is equal to 0. Solution. We are given a1 is equal to 2, b1 is equal to minus 2, c1 is equal to minus 2. a2 is equal to 4, b2 equal to minus 4, c2 is equal to minus 5. So, we form the ratios a1 by a2 is equal to 2 by 4, which is 1 by 2. b1 by b2, which is equal to minus 2 by minus 4, which is also 1 by 2. c1 by c2 is equal to minus 2 divided by minus 5. Therefore, a1 by a2 equal to b1 by b2, but not equal to c1 by c2. Therefore, the given lines are parallel and they are inconsistent. They don't have solution. Consider the fifth problem. Half the perimeter of a rectangular garden whose length is 4 meters more than its width is 36 meters. Find the dimensions of the garden. We have to find the width and the length of the garden. So, we take x as the width and y as the length of the garden. Look at this diagram. So, width is x, length is 4 meters more than width. Therefore, y is equal to x plus 4. Half the perimeter is x plus y, which is given as 36 meters. So, we have the second equation as x plus y is equal to 36. So, when you rewrite the equations, you get x minus y plus 4 is equal to 0 and x plus y minus 36 is equal to 0. So, we have to solve these two equations graphically. So, in the first equation, y is equal to x plus 4. So, when x is equal to 0, y equal to 4. When x is equal to minus 4, y is equal to 0. In the second equation, y is equal to 36 minus x. So, when x is equal to 16, y is equal to 20. When x is equal to 20, y is equal to 16. So, in this xy plane, here each unit is 2 meters. Because we have x value as 16, 20, y value 20, 16. So, in order to plot the points, I take each unit as 2 meters. So, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 and so on. So, when I draw the lines, I find that 16, 20 is the intersecting point. Therefore, x is equal to 16, y is equal to 20. That means what? Width, x is equal to 16, length, y is equal to 20. So, 16, 20 are the dimensions of the garden. Now, look at the sixth problem. Given the linear equation 2x plus 3y minus 8 equal to 0, write another linear equation in two variables such that a geometrical representation of the pair so formed is intersecting lines, parallel lines, coincident lines. So, you remember the fact that a1 by a2 not equal to b1 by b2, then they are intersecting lines. If all the ratios are equal, then they are coincident lines. a1 by a2 equal to b1 by b2 not equal to c1 by c2 means parallel lines. So, we are given just only one equation 2x plus 3y minus 8 is equal to 0. So we have to find the intersecting lines a1 equal to 2, b1 equal to 3, c1 is equal to minus 8. Actually, for a given line, there are infinitely many intersecting lines. To find one such line, we have to find some a2, b2 such that a1 by a2 not equal to b1 by b2. So definitely, two persons will not have same solution because the intersecting lines are infinitely many. So I am going to write one intersecting line. So assume that a2 equal to a1 equal to 2 and b2 is equal to 2 times b1, which is equal to 6. And C2 is equal to C1. Now you form the ratio A1 by A2, which is 2 by 2, which is equal to 1. But B1 by B2 equal to 3 divided by 6, which is equal to 1 by 2. Obviously, A1 by A2 not equal to B1 by B2. Therefore, 2x plus 6y minus 8 is equal to 0 is an intersecting line of the given line. Infinitely many lines are there. This is one such line. 2x plus 6y minus 8 equal to 0 intersects the given line. Next, we find parallel lines. There are infinitely many parallel lines to 2x plus 3y minus 8 equal to 0. To find one such a line, we have to change only the constant term because a1 by a2 must be equal to b1 by b2. So what I do is, I take a2 equal to a1 and b2 equal to b1 and c2 is equal to c1 plus 5. So you can take any different value for C2. I just added 5 with the C1. You can do anything so that C1 is not equal to C2. That's all. Therefore, A1 by A2 equal to B1 by B2 but not equal to C1 by C2. Therefore, the line 2x plus 3y minus 3 is equal to 0 is a parallel line to the given line. Remember, there are infinitely many lines. You can write a separate line which is parallel to the given line. Therefore, all are parallel only. Okay. Remember, there are infinitely many solutions for the first sum and the second sum also. Let us consider the third problem. Coincident lines. To find coincident lines, you have to find A2, B2, C2 such that A1 by A2 equal to B1 by B2 equal to C1 by C2. So that is very simple. I multiply the given coefficients A1, B1, C1 by a constant say 5. Then A2 equal to 10, B2 equal to 15, C2 equal to minus 40. Obviously, the ratios will be same. Therefore, 10x plus 15y minus 40 is equal to 0 is a coincident line. Remember, you can multiply with any non-zero number. You will get a different equation. So you can multiply with any non-zero number k so that the equation will be of the form 2kx plus 3ky minus 8k is equal to 0. Last problem. Draw the graphs of the equations x minus y plus 1 equal to 0 and 3x plus 2y minus 12 equal to 0. Determine the coordinates of the vertices of the triangle formed by these lines and the x-axis and shade the triangular region. So a triangle is formed with the x-axis because these two lines intersect at a point and the lines intersect x-axis. So you will get 3 points. They form a triangle. We have to shade it. So let us find 2 points from each of the lines as below to draw the lines on the Cartesian plane. So y equal to x plus 1 in the first line. So when x is equal to 0, y is equal to 1. When x is equal to minus 1, y is equal to 0. In the second line, y is equal to 12 minus 3x divided by 2. So when x is equal to 0, y equal to 6. When x is equal to 4, y equal to 0. Now let us draw these two lines on the Cartesian plane. So when I draw, I find that 2, 3 is the point of intersection. Therefore, minus 1, 0 is the point in which x minus y plus 1 intersects x-axis. 4, 0 is a point in which 3x plus 2y minus 12 equal to 0 intersects x-axis. Therefore, a triangle is formed with these 3 vertices and that is shaded. Thank you viewers for watching my video.